guys, how's it going? It is Eve, and today we are going to be talking about the new PLEX changes that are coming soon to EVE Online. So currently this is really just a idea, and we will be looking at this pretty closely as it comes around. So what CCP is planning on doing is actually making PLEX smaller. Currently, one PLEX is about 3,500 AURUM, or 1 month of game time, and not to mention the other services, character resculpting and the multiple character training. We're gonna ignore those two, and we're just gonna focus on the AURUM and the game time. That's really where the whole changes are gonna be coming from. So what CCP proposed and is probably thinking and designing actively right now, because knowing them, when they make a little video and put it on their YouTube channel about alphas coming to EVE Online pretty soon, they're probably going to stick with these changes after some pretty hefty player feedback. So, like I said, PLEX is going to become smaller. Instead of having one PLEX be your game time, you're going to need 500 PLEX. So that means 1,000 PLEX is going to be 2 months of game time, instead of having 2 PLEX be 2 months. So what this basically means is that the market is gonna see a huge, a lot more PLEX. Instead of having to buy 1 PLEX, you're gonna have to buy 500. In a way, this is slightly better. It kind of gives PLEX more of a value, because what they want to do is also remove AURUM. AURUM, for those of you that don't know, is the in-game currency on the New Eden store. Something similar to Pearls if you play Black Desert, or Endcoin if you play some NCSoft game, and maybe Gold if you play Overwatch and stuff like that. Basically what this is they're going to be removing AURUM completely. If you currently have 1,000 or more AURUM in the New Eden store, you will actually be getting a PLEX. The conversion rate, according to the dev blog, is 1 PLEX is equal to 7 AURUM. And from there, you will be going and really just, instead of using AURUM now, you're going to be using PLEX. So it's a way to streamline the whole process instead of having 2 currencies and really just being a whole out mess because you don't know what to do with it. So another thing CCP is probably going to be implementing, because if you're going to be carrying around 500 PLEX, you're bound to get ganked somewhere on your way to Cheetah or one of the trading hubs. CCP is proposing the idea of the PLEX vault. Only PLEX can go into this inventory slot. Therefore, you don't really run the risk of losing your PLEX. What you can do is, when you buy a PLEX from CCP, for example, it'll be put into your PLEX vault. And you could have a market trader that sits in Cheetah. The second you buy that, you could redeem it from the PLEX vault into Cheetah. Yes, you could do that off the redeeming system now, but the change is this. If your character that you have in Cheetah right now buys, let's say, 500 PLEX in order to get that 1 month of game time, for example, and you want to, let's say you want to move it to Amar because the PLEX is selling for 2 billion there for some weird reason. What you want, instead of having to put it in a ship that you can get from point A to point B really quick, you would actually put it into your PLEX vault. And from there, you would just fly your character that you need to point B, let's say Amar, without having the risk of having 500 PLEX in your cargo hold. Once you dock up in the Amar trading hub, you can then just open up your PLEX vault and take out the 500 PLEX and sell them with minimal risk of losing it on the way. So that is, in a way, for people who don't know how else to move PLEX around without redeeming it in one place and then flying it in your cargo hold. This is a good way of people not being stupid, for honestly lack of a better word. It saves people, because it does say in the devlog that here we might even understand why, but we also don't want Plex users to be losing their Plex before they can trade it because they don't know how to use the market safely. Because right now in EVE, it doesn't matter what day you look at. There's bound to be rookie ships, shuttles, really just industrial ships, just really any kind of ship getting destroyed on the way to Amar with Plex, skill injectors, or skill extractors. So it is slightly a big problem here, but let's face it, that's nice to look at. It actually does control the market in a certain way. It keeps Plex prices kind of leveled, because of we don't have any people putting on bulk amounts of Plex after a crazy RMT. Like I said before, the next thing we're going to talk about is actually the New Eden store. Like I said before, CCP is going to be removing AURUM. AURUM currently is used only on the EVE Online store. You can buy it off the market, but it's only used on the EVE Online store to buy ship skins, skill extractors, and no, it's not injectors, only extractors, and ship skins, character, costumes, clothing, whatever you want to call them. Currently, one Plex actually redeems to 3500 AURUM. Once this change rolls around in the future, the AURUM is going to disappear. Therefore, one Plex is now going to be your one AURUM that it used to be. Because prices do range a little bit weirdly, because one Plex would be equal to 1 month of game time, and you don't want to be buying a skin that's worth $20, because currently I believe one Plex is about 20 bucks. So the way it's going to work now is for every AURUM you have, sorry, let me rephrase this. For every Plex that you will be getting, the conversion rate from AURUM to Plex is 7 AURUM is 1 Plex. So you can really do the math here, and you can see how much Plex you're going to be getting. And in turn, you could technically be getting some free EVE subscriptions. A few free months of EVE subscriptions here and there. But the market prices are going to change. The New Eden market prices, the New Eden store market prices are going to change to reflect the Plex prices now, because Plex is your new currency on the store. So that's really the big changes right now, is really just the Plex is going to become 500 Plex for 1 month. The next thing is the New Eden store is going to be changing from AURUM to Plex, and that's pretty much the big changes, along with the Plex Vault. So a lot of people probably have some questions. The best I can do right now is read off a FAQ that CCP actually put in the devlog. I will put it down in the video description if you do want to read it out. But basically, the first question is, when will this feature launch? The answer to that is we don't have an exact date yet. They do say to expect more detailed information on the launch timeline at the Fanfest in early April, so we will be keeping our eyes out for that, as that is pretty important. A big question here is, what will happen to existing market orders for Plex when the feature launches? The answer is we will cancel all orders and repay fees, as usual when making a big type conversion. The whole devlog and the FAQ will be linked in the video description if you guys want to have a look. And do go to the EVE Online forums and give your feedback of what you think of this whole change. For one, I'm not really a Plex user, or for one, I don't even buy ship skins or extractors off the New Eden store, so to me it isn't really benefiting me, or I'm not losing anything. But personally, I do think that this is a good thing, as it will allow for the Plex market to stabilize more and more people to become Omegas just by Plex. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, And that is it for this video, guys. Fly dangerous. Peace. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. You guys can check out my other previous videos by clicking the two thumbnails on screen right now. And if you've enjoyed this video and would like to see more, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. Fly dangerous. Peace.